Hey warriors. Wow, my hair's a mess. Um, okay, so you guys have maybe you've heard people talking about this. Another radio burst has hit Earth's detectors. Okay? Second one this year. There was one back in January, and I think if I'm correct, there was one back in June of last year. I think. But point is that immediately people are asking, is this affecting me? Is something happening? So I guess let's talk about it without making shit up. Okay? All right. So what even is a radio burst? Okay? Out in space, there are objects, okay, like neutron stars or magnetars, okay, that release massive bursts of energy. I mean, and we're talking signals that are so strong, they travel across galaxies, and we still detect them here. Okay? That alone should tell you something. Do you know what I mean? This universe is not quiet. Okay, here's another piece of it. Now, these signals are picked up by radio telescopes, not by our bodies, not by our brains. So they say. I mean, and I'm not going to tell you that we're picking these up because I can't prove it. If you want my opinion, yes, I believe it affects us. I do. Okay? But there is no scientific evidence that these bursts are changing our consciousness, altering our DNA, or directly affecting any type of health in us. Even if that were true, okay, that they're not affecting those things. I mean, honestly, don't check out because this is still really awesome, you know. Um, and it's really interesting too because I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that just because even if something isn't directly affecting you, okay, or we can't prove that it is, I guess. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's meaningless. You know what I'm saying? What it does show though is this. We are living inside a universe that is constantly active. Do you know what I'm saying? It's constantly communicating and mostly not understood. Do you know what I'm saying? Goes back to there being no scientific proof. And again, they wouldn't give us this proof any damn way. Um, so think about that, you know? These signals are so powerful. They're powerful enough to cross the damn cosmos. Okay? And we're just starting to detect patterns. You know, repeated bursts, same source, unpredictable timing. And that's not nothing to fear. You know what I mean? And I know that a lot of people do. They freak out. They panic. You know what I mean? But that's not something to fear, dude. Because you know what? And the other thing is that every time something like this happens, people do two things. Okay? Some go straight to fear, and others jump to wild conclusions. Or or to be even more blunt, people jump to making shit completely up. Which is why I won't tell you I which is why I always tell you if something is a fact or if it's been proven or not, because I don't want to be, I'm not a liar. You know what I mean? So, anyways, the real power, honestly, is right in the middle of those two things. You know, when there's not proof and when we don't want to be in fear. You know, there's awareness, there's curiosity, there's discernment, and that's where I try to stay as best as I can. You know, we don't need to believe that everything is nothing, but we don't need to believe that, you know, it's everything either when things happen. You know, you just need to understand that we are a part of, you know, a much larger system than we've been taught to think about. Do you know what I mean? And events like this, I don't know, they don't prove, I guess, they don't prove, you know, something is happening to you, no. Okay? But they absolutely do remind you that, you know, how much is happening around us that we're not aware of. You know what I'm saying? Now, and also I want to add that I don't know how long ago it was. I'll try to attach the message onto this video if I can figure out how to do that. I'm not very good at this TikTok thing. I put a message out, a channeled message a while back. Mind you, when I didn't even have any clue what a super radio burst was. Okay? And the message says this. This is the beginning of the message. The Schumann resonance is rising. The Schumann resonance, often called the heartbeat of Earth, is fluctuating more than ever. This is not random. It is a field response to the collective awakening of human consciousness. As more people enter coherence, the Earth's electromagnetic field begins to entrain with coherence. Solar storms and super radio bursts are not just cosmic weather. They are field activations. Solar storms carry plasma codes that interact with Earth's magnetosphere, triggering DNA level awakenings in those who are receptive. Super radio bursts are interdimensional signals not meant for machines, but for consciousness. That is what I channeled without even knowing what a super radio burst was. Okay? So, here there is another one. I'm going to go into meditation, I guess, and see if I can pick something up. Like I said, I don't do these messages very often, but I think maybe it's probably a good idea this time. I love y'all.